Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. And this your boy Prince Hakeem.
There's Ronnie Ron in the house, y'all.
We back again once again, dropping
Yes,
some
sir.
fire, Ooga flames.
Yeah, it been hard. It been easy right now, man. Been quiet. Well, what's going on, Hakeem, man? What's going on with you, man?
Man, doing our thug dizzle trying to survive in this hectic world, it ain't nothing better else for us to do. What about
Uh,
you, man? Where you been at, man?
Man, I've been over here, man, coast to coast, around the world. Nah, I'm just joking. I've just, you've been saying help. I've just been doing my thing, studying, doing research. A lot of stuff that's going on in the world. It is.
It
So I
is.
try to stay informed. You feel me?
No, definitely. And the funny thing is, I try to stay informed too. There was something interesting that came on my YouTube feed today that I thought we should talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Um, there's a guy by the name of Donovan Sharp. I want to give him a shout out, but he did a video I thought was very interesting, and he went in. The title was "Why Most Black Men Don't Succeed in America."
That's a powerful title.
Hmm.
Powerful title, but a lot of people like, oh, I probably heard that before. They always talk about black man ain't succeeding, black man ain't winning. I think a lot of people sometimes get tired of hearing that, but it needs to be said.
Most definitely needs to be said. I think that.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go in.
Um, the problem is the reason why we're not succeeding because there's a bunch of situations that go with that. You know what I mean?
But what's the situation that goes on besides the color? Because people always say it's the color.
It is, but you know what I mean. Like there's some things that Donovan, I think, probably kind of missed out. So we could say this is maybe a reaction video, or we can call that. And another thing,
Uh,
please like and subscribe, share this video for my followers on YouTube. Subscribe on all podcast platforms. And
Facts.
now we let's get to the sponsor. ShopLikeAKing.com. Coupon code is chaos. I gotta get this, like, it has to be repetition. ShopLikeAKing.com for
Uh,
all your needs of exercise and security needs. You feel me?
Shout out to him. Shout out to the king out there. Feel me?
Most definitely. And why black men don't succeed in America? That's breathtaking to hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
but it's a
breath.
fact.
It is a fact. Now, I want to go down from the statistics. Okay.
Okay.
And maybe Donovan didn't do this, but I'm gonna help him out here. But listen, I agree with him. He said a lot of things. A lot of black men are not willing to put in the work. A lot of black men are not willing to suffer. A lot of black men are not willing to do what it needs to be done to succeed in America.
Are you talking about the black man in general, or are you talking about the black man, and also the woman, the
No, no,
MEN?
no. We can't. This has nothing to do with women. That could be another episode. Because statistically, black women open up more businesses than black men.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. And black women are not incarcerated as twice as much as black men. Black
Fact.
women are not much targeted by police as black men. You feel what
Uh
I'm
huh.
saying?
True.
Even down from grade school on up. You know what I mean? I could even tell you a story about how going into grade school, me and three of my friends was picked out and said that we all had learning disabilities and we needed to be held back. Already targeted. And by that time I would say, hey, I'm gonna drop out of school. Fuck this.
Mm.
That was my first thing that, hey, I ain't gonna have nobody here make me feel like I'm stupid. But it's critical to say that. Now, Donovan talks about a work ethic type thing, and
Uh
sometimes
huh.
it sounds like a bootstrapped conversation, like black men need to pull themselves up by the bootstrap and go on and get some money, right?
Right.
And that conversation is 50% true, because you got a lot of sorry milk toast, butter crunch, hugging corner store ass dudes out here. Am I wrong?
No, you're telling the truth. But whose
Dudes,
fault is that? But you gotta ask yourself whose fault is that? It is the man's fault. Is the fault the father's not being at home?
is that's one of the things that's one of the situations. That's a big situation. Father's not being at home. That's one big situation, but also it's an economical situation. So let's start from here. You listening?
I'm listening.
According to the official of 2018 estimates from the U.S. Bureau of Black Male Population, the United States was 21 million in 2018. This is 48% of the black population, compared to black females who make up 52%. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to black men age 25 and older, only half of them attend college. 50%.
Correct.
19% of all black men in America has college education,
Yes, the
and
women are more educated than the man.
way
Yes,
more educated. Less than 15% of them have a high school diploma. My G, how many dudes you knew dropped out of high school when you went to school?
a lot.
I can name a whole mess of dudes.
Yeah, a lot of people. I knew a lot of people that dropped out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
But the system itself is not built for. It's not really built for black men to win. That's the thing.
Never
So
was.
you can't get upset that the black man is not succeeding in America. You know, Donovan Sharp, he's upset because the black man is not succeeding in
You're not just
America.
saying. He
Because
said
the
because
system's not built for us to win.
it was never built for us to win. You know what I
So
mean?
how you expect black men to win if the system's not built for us to win?
That's what he doesn't understand. And hey, I got facts and statistics to talk about it. You ready for this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, mind you, this is from blackdemographics.com, for us, by us. These are black statisticians. They, you know what I mean? So the information has been affirmed and corrected. African American males 16 to 64 had lower participation rate in the labor force, 69% compared to all males. That's one.
Uh-huh.
The 30%, the 37% of African American males who work full time all year in 2018 only made $30,000 compared to white men who made $41,000.
Fact. That's a fact.
Okay,
That's a fact.
that's a fact.
That's a. But remember, even the honorable Malcolm X, he made a comment which is true. The African American men are the last one hired and the first one fired.
Definitely, but here's
That's
the
how the
thing.
system is built.
That's how the system is built. But here's the thing: you telling me there's only 69, only 37% of us who work full time all year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then there's 22% of us that work part time.
Yeah. The bare minimum, and they don't even show up to work.
No. Now, mind you, here's the thing. Here's another statistics. We have 36% of us work in the blue collar jobs, 23% in service, and 41% in white collar. But now so the numbers on the white side is a little bit higher. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're not done yet. We just dropping the statistics and facts. Then we're gonna get into our dialogue because we want to show receipts. You know what I mean? That's what we do here at Chaos Culture Radio. Me and my man Mustang Ron, we're not liars. We have nothing here to prove to none of y'all. We just want to just do a reaction. This is a reactionary video. So here's another thing. Where are the black men with jobs at? You listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Top 5 metro areas. San Diego, makes sense. That's by Silicon Valley. Seattle, Washington. Denver, Colorado. Phoenix, Arizona. And Minneapolis, St. Paul. Mustang, doesn't it seem kind of, check this out. Doesn't that seem kind of weird to you? These are all places where the population of black men are very less there, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, how come Atlanta's not on the map?
Oh
Atlanta is a
no.
black demographic.
Yeah, very black demographics. But let me tell you something. Atlanta is a myth to a lot of them because there's a lot of black people doing bad there. But that's another thing because who actually controls Atlanta and makes the money to Atlanta, the resources, the resources, the manufacturing jobs, the manufacturing companies, the the IT companies are still owned by all white Southerners. Same thing, same difference, never changed. Here's the thing. Now here's are the bottom 5 areas where there's now mind you, Donovan Sharp said if you don't like your city and you can't make no money, move. People, I'm gonna tell
Where?
you something, huh?
No, when he said that, I want to say where. When the
I,
statistics shows that ain't no jobs for the black
yeah,
man.
really ain't. So, and mind you,
Go
you
ahead.
also got to deal with discriminations and racism when you go there. Now, mind you, I'm saying this: if you're competitive, you can do anything. That's one thing. I just want to
Oh,
give you facts and statistics before that. Now, the bottom cities where you know what I mean, where they say black men get job, but it's really not that much, is Milwaukee, Birmingham, Alabama, Little Rock, Arkansas, Cleveland, Ohio, St. Louis, Missouri. All these places I named have crime rates that's up to the roof.
wow. But you know, if I noticed, it didn't mention none of the cities that we in. Like for example, Miami, New York, California, the areas that have a huge population of blacks is not even on the map.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
very interesting, but that's just only one piece to it because you know, cats in Miami don't have no jobs. It's ran by Hispanics here. And if you can't speak Spanish, you ain't gonna get no jobs. So we are suffering here. So most of us are in service jobs. Now, mind you, I'm about to get because we're getting into rants here. Now, we're going to talk about relationships because this also entitles to why black men can't succeed. A lot of it has to do with having being in a good relationship, and that's just one part of it. That's not focusing 100. 10% of black men in America are divorced.
Yes.
33% of them are currently married. 52% of them are never married.
Yeah. That's a
Kevin
fact.
Samuel always say that it's 52% of black men in America that are never married.
Yeah.
And that's kind of disparaging, but it's the facts. All right. Now, after
Mm-hmm.
we got all of that out of there, we just gave you the facts and statistics, people. Now, mind you, we didn't get into racism, we didn't get into Jim Crow, we didn't get into the black tax for being black in America. Now, mind you, a lot of us out here are still competing and still winning. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm a firm believer that you have to go out here, work your ass off. Am I wrong?
No, you're telling the truth.
You know what I mean? How many jobs you got?
Two.
Okay.
So it's a
Okay.
positive. It's possible if you go out here and you grind. How
You
hungry you are here trying to succeed is up to is up to the man. He
it
makes
is
the decision.
it is up to the man, but a lot of other people fail to understand something. A lot of things are also based on opportunity as well. And there's certain
Uh huh.
factors that work against us. Am I wrong?
Fact.
You can be the smartest dude on the block and still won't get that job.
Hmm.
On my mama.
Preach.
You can be the smartest dude on the block and still won't get that job. And this is why when we're talking about why most black men won't succeed, let's be more specific. Most black men are not going to, and Donovan did too. I just want to reiterate that. You're not going to succeed in a business. No, in working for other people. Let's get that straight. Getting a job that's predominantly owned by whites or any other race, they're going to favor their own race before you. And I'm not saying this to be very cruel. I'm just being honest about this. Do for self. Mustang, am I wrong?
You 100% right, brother. I
Do
don't have
for
no comment
self.
on that. That's
Do
that's
for
right.
self. And this is where we want to reiterate what Donovan is trying to say. Get you a bullshit job if you got to. I wouldn't even, if you're trying to shoot for the stars, I can understand that. Hey, hopefully you might get that dream job. But if you want that dream job, create that dream job yourself. We cannot look at the American fabricated reality of a white picket fence in a house and getting a good job. The manufacturing jobs are no more. They're gone. They're in Mexico and they're in China.
Fact.
Detroit, finished. Places,
Fact.
a lot of places are ghost town. Black men, he is right. We need to get up out of town. Now, mind you, the places where you at, you can start to fix things up. The only way you're going to do that is doing for self. Peace to the
Fact.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Walter Farad Muhammad, and Minister Farrakhan. These are the only group of people we ever seen that tells you to go build your own empire. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. That's the thing that people don't tend to understand, that by you not getting a job is for you to understand that you have to get your own. It's not made for you to own the white business, because it's not for
No,
you.
it's never
You
for
will
you.
never, like you said, you will never own the business. You will never
You never
own the
own the
business.
business. You're never. Matter of fact, he won't even make you the. He won't even make you the head nigga in charge.
Fact.
And if you are the head nigga in charge, you're gonna make sure no other nigga come behind you. That's the black
Fact.
way. But you know what you can do? Start a business, compete with a white business.
Yes.
And mind you, this is for a lot of y'all who listen to. Don't never be mad at no white man for not giving you no job. It wasn't made for you. Respect that man's shit. He did it for his own people. You go create yourself so I can come work for you. Because trust me here, KS Culture Radio, as soon as we blowing up, we hiring all of y'all. You can
Yes.
edit, you can write, you can do this. We hiring y'all. If you couldn't get on no other podcast, you can get on here. You got a story, you can come here. That's why we did that. We're not trying to force other people in their podcasters, or whites or Hispanics or whoever. Let them do it for their people. We're going to do it for us. You feel me? Black love don't mean white hate, Spanish hate, Jewish hate. Black love means black love. Self-love is self-love. So what we're
That's
trying to
real.
say is this. Why black men don't succeed in America? You have to believe in yourself first. You have to understand that we are at war. You have to understand we are at what they call that economical war. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And the only way you're going to fix yourself is not asking for the shit, not thinking you're going to make it. Get you a bullshit dishwasher job. If you know how to do photography, buy a camera, create a film studio, you can do all this. Ladies, you know how to cook, sell plates, open up your restaurants.
Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say? But you're going to have to put in 60 hours a week. I said it.
Fact.
I said it.
Yeah. That's
If, you,
real.
if you're not willing to work 60 hours, my homeboy on this podcast right now, Mustang Wrong, how many hours you work?
Like close to 80 hours a week.
80 hours a week.
And we still do podcasts. You feel me?
He
So
still
if
do
you out here trying,
podcasts. And on the side, he's starting a production company. Yeah, we got
fact.
movies coming. We got movies coming. We're not asking for nothing. I got a bunch of shit that I'm working on in the background. And I still work a bullshit job. Because you want to
Fact.
know why we trying to do for self.
That's right.
Donovan was right 100%, but Donovan, a lot of us have a lot going against us. That's one thing I wanted you to put in, not to negate or deviate from what you was talking about. The forces are working with us, so we're going to give you a little extra push.
Yes.
You know
You
what I
going
mean?
in, bro. You speaking facts, bro. Like
You know what I
freaking
mean?
that what man gotta understand the truth, man. When you understand the truth start to be inside you, you start operating the truth.
No,
But the problem
definitely.
is with us that we so low minded and we lost who we were, and now it's time for us to get back to who we are. You see what I'm saying?
But listen here, I also want to put in a point too. Now, which I'm gonna say something. This might get a lot of people angry. This might get a lot of people angry because
Now go in.
I have to voice my opinion. Your parents, my parents, and a lot of parents we know, they come from different countries. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, so being that we came from nothing, actually we come from nothing compared to what black Americans have. y'all have AC and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, y'all deal with a lot of trauma. So the point that I'm trying to say, there's a mindset that has to be instilled in you to work and strive like you want something for yourself.
Mm.
Now, the differences between black foreigners and black Americans is y'all been so demonized so much where you feel like the only thing you can do is work for somebody. And ownership is a thing, is a fantasy. Us here, coming from where we come from, all we know is owning stuff because we had stuff taken away from us forever. France charged us $1 billion because we didn't want to be slaves.
Mm-hmm.
$1 billion. And a lot of y'all people talk shit about Haiti, but you know, Haiti educational system rivaled one of the most European countries at one point until we had to close down all schools and give $1 billion. That's how gangster niggas get where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
Still doing for self. So the point of
Mm-hmm.
the fact is, you got to work hard. You got to put 60 hours in a day. You have to find something you love. Turn that into a business. Your job is just slaves with change. They're going to let you
Yep.
sweep, mop, clean the bathroom, but you won't run the business if it's not yours. I'm going to say
Mm.
this again. You can sweep, mop, and clean the bathroom if you're working for somebody else, but they will never let you run it. And if they let you run it, they got somebody behind your back pulling the strings. You're a
Yes.
puppet. So, black man, stand with me today and stand with a lot of us for us to try to change the narrative. The only way we're going to survive in a place like America and like Europe, London, France, Australia, New Zealand, where a lot of these places are colonized and been colonized, and these are havens and heavens for people who conquest and conquer these places. The only way you're going to survive there is looking and seeing what they're doing, creating their own. That's the only way we're
Mm.
going to do this.
Good point, bro. You going in. I love podcasts like these, stuff like you can talk about, the building of the black man, because I think the black man has lost his own ways. It's
100%.
time for you to bring light to the realization that on how powerful we truly are, and that's the problem. We forgot how powerful we really are. That's why I keep stating that statement, because if people get that in their minds that they're very powerful, then they can start creating stuff out here, start creating jobs, generational wealth for their family, their kids, their loved ones, their moms and dads, their sisters and brothers. But um, but when we realize the truth about society, that's the only reason why I love Trump, because Trump is showing you that the government is not for us.
Oh
You
man,
get what I'm saying?
we love Trump because Trump got his foot on our necks.
He literally did. That's why I say he's showing us, like, listen, it's not for us. And then
Bro,
yet people still like, no, I believe in this, I believe. But I'm like, they showing you that this is not for us. We gotta really do for self.
for self, let me tell you something. You know how long the food pantry lines in Florida?
Who?
You know what I'm talking about? Where you see the cars backed up, they waiting to get boxes of food. It's rough down here.
It is. I'm like, man, you don't want to talk about,
Bro,
man.
we going on a couple months since we had that last Corona check.
Facts. And our people are broke.
Yeah,
Trust me, I
bro,
see it all the time. I was telling
broke
my
ain't the
homeboy,
word. You
you go down like 54th Street, you see all the businesses are closed. They closing down,
man,
but
let me tell
nobody's
you,
paying attention.
nobody's paying attention. Bro, I went down to 20th Street, and you know 20th Street was a lively place where you could go. Bro,
Yes,
half everything closed, and I love it because you want to know why? It's gonna wake a lot of you sorry sap milk toast butter crunch ass dudes off your feet. Let's come out here and get it. Let me tell
facts,
you something. The reason why I'm not suffering, my man not suffering, we put in 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and we also do things on the side. And not only that, we practice group economics.
facts.
I'm going to repeat that for you. Group economics amongst our brothers and sisters. Y'all laugh, make fun at the Mexicans. Y'all make fun at the Hispanics for ganging up and being 30 in one house. No, they actually paid off their house. None of them
Mm,
ain't
preach,
starving. A lot
Preach.
of you women who clowning dudes who living with their mamas and stuff like that, if it's not an economical situation, no, they're actually getting something productive.
Man, you going in. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I
I
mean?
told you we've been brainwashed by these reality shows, by these celebrities, by these rappers, these city girls, the Cardi B's. Don't get me wrong, they're great people. However, they giving us the wrong messages.
Oh, let me
So
tell you
then we
something.
follow those messages and then we lead our way to hell. So
No,
people be like,
Della,
what is hell? That is hell.
one
Hell is
hundred
not when you're
percent,
not able to provide for your family. Hell is when you don't got no job. Hell is you don't got stuff for yourself.
bro.
That's
You might
hell.
that is yo. You might as well say they anti-black.
Fact.
Let me tell you, with the exception of Jay-Z, um,
Kanye West is doing better now.
he is
He
doing better
now he's
now.
telling people to wake up and do for self.
Oh man, we had to bring him in. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. Kanye West is exposing a lot. The record company telling the record up. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. We've been raped since 18 something,
Mm.
and still rappers are still signing contracts instead of opening up their own record labels and distributing their
Yeah.
own
He's
music.
exposing Kanye West right now. He's exposing the industry because I think he knows how they cripping in the black people, but nobody's pay. That's the problem. We don't read. We don't pay attention. It just I don't know. It's like we want to be blind from the truth. We don't want to know the truth. And the truth is their performance. Like Kanye West is a well-known star, and he's telling you, like, look, they robbing you guys.
Let me tell you something. I love when we was in segregation. I'm gonna say it, man. I love segregation. I loved it.
Why? Tell them why.
Let me tell. Okay, I'm gonna go in. When they stopped you from entering their businesses, when they stopped you from drinking their water, when they stopped you from going in their school, you know what you went and did? You opened one up.
Mm.
You had a gas station in the ghetto. You opened up your own record label. Oh, matter of fact, you had your own baseball league,
Preach.
your own nightclubs, your own theater,
On beaches. On beaches. Don't
own
forget the
beaches.
beaches now.
Matter of fact, our beaches were cleaner.
Yep. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. They don't talk about that. Yes, it was. It was the most cleanest beach in the world.
We had a lot of companies. We had our own dentists. We had our own doctors. You know what I mean? Our infant rate was good. So people, I know this turning into a whole nother thing. Black man, the reason why you're not successful in America because you don't do for self. Start your own business. Please. I'm not saying you can jump off and quit your job tomorrow. We're not telling you to do that. We're not telling you to do that. We're telling you to have a plan and execute it and get with other black men. I said this before, and he can vouch for this. I said that you can't even get a nigga to help move a couch with you.
Fact.
You can't, you know what I mean? And it was a very disparaging conversation I had with him night after night after night after night. Black man, you ain't gonna do it by yourself. You can start it, but you ain't gonna finish it by yourself. Get your brother, get Tamar, get Quan, get Trayvon, get Bubba, get whoever you can. Put them in position. Give them and say, hey, we're gonna start this. Make sure you take them out the hood with you, so and help them get their own. That's why
Preach,
I say
brother.
I love segregation. I wish we wasn't even allowed to go to Marshalls anymore. I
Mm.
wish we wasn't even allowed to go to Barnum and Barney's in New York. Matter of fact, you can't really go into New York. They're gonna profile you anyway. Create your own high value store. You know how
Mm.
many high value? You know how many black suit makers are out here who make stuff better than Gucci, Armani, and Jacob and all that? But y'all don't give them no chance because you're hypnotized by white blessings.
And which people fail to realize black folks, people of color, is the most people that spend most of the money in the United States. We spend the most money. Last year we was on the top, spending like $2 trillion just on clothes and food alone. So
Yeah.
just imagine if that was on our own businesses.
Man, you know what I'm saying, And that's that point, man. That's that point. That's that point. And I'm telling you, do for self. That's why we're not succeeding in America. We have to do for self. We have to follow a strict entrepreneur program. Don't and matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you step to a black business or a person who's trying to show you how to make money, first do fact check, make sure it's okay, and pay the man like he weigh. A lot of us don't want to pay people who are trying to show us how to make money. If a black person has an e-course and he's showing that it's making some money or he has a business model, pay like you weigh. Black man, let our queens open up more business than us. You know what I mean? Me and my homeboy here, we have a business. Our podcast is one of our business. We have other businesses on the side that me and him are going to start together. We have this film company coming. We're going to do documentaries. We're going to put out stuff. We're not sitting down. We're going to own everything. We're willing to partner up with other black companies and anybody else. And we even willing to partner up with people of non-black heritage. But just understand, we want full ownership. We can license and lease our creative content anymore, but you can't own it anymore. Because you want to know why? We need to stop having black boys seeing other races own stuff besides us. I'm going to say that again. You know, growing up in the ghetto, I thought a black person couldn't own a corner store. I never seen that before.
Fact.
All the corner stores in my neighborhood was either owned by Hispanics or Moroccans. You see how Pacific I was? Moroccans. I never seen a black man own a corner store. I know they're out there, but I never seen that. I never seen a black man own a supermarket. I thought that was something unheard of.
Yeah.
Listen, I never seen a black man own a television network until Robert Johnson from BET, and then eventually he sold it off.
Yeah, sold it. But now we got Tyler Perry now.
We got Tyler Perry until they start to buy him out. You know what I'm trying to say? And I want this last quote to be in your mind, and this is for white and black people, and for a lot of white and Jewish people understand that. Media is owned by 80% Jewish. It's not even owned by white Americans. The actual white Americans who are non-Jewish white Americans don't even own the media. It's Jewish people. Now imagine this, people. I'm a black person. Nowhere in history where there's a black man who ever profit from white people in their culture and their community and stuff like that. White men are always successful. Black men are not. Because we don't do for self. We had instances of doing for self. So when you have an image that being replayed to black kids growing up where a white man owns a record label, he owns the distribution company, he owns the media company. And the image that black kids always see, that white people are always profiting from black people never profit from whites. That image would never be portrayed, only if you go to Africa and other countries. So, black man, stand up straight, pull your pants up, tighten up your belt, pull out a piece of paper, come up with 10 things you can do to start tomorrow.
Please.
That's all I gotta say on it. You got a finisher?
Bro, you in the show with a bang. That's what I'm saying. We out, man.
We out. Hadouken. You know what I'm saying? Hadouken. Chaos Culture Radio out.
Out.
Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.